I can't just have
Still in his beginning stages of his rap.
Nah, bro. He's old. He's old. No, that's the point. No, man, listen. If you have already mastered, already mastered what you're doing, like that's why Madonna reinvented herself over and over again.
Don't compare M to Madonna, bruh, just because they're white.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Yes,
that's insane.
Why not?
Business.
What?
Because he's never shown his vagina on Instagram.
Okay, no, he's not. He's not like.
He is not a material girl living in a material world.
He's
LENWORDS.
not. But she got over on black disco music. He got over on hip hop.
So you really, in your heart of hearts, you believe that's like saying he's a culture vulture.
No, I don't think he is. He's added too much to
Way
hip hop.
too much.
He's not a vulture,
I don't
but
know if
so
there's
has Madonna.
Did she?
Are you serious?
Did she though? Like
you gonna diss Madonna?
No, I'm not dissing
Yes.
Madonna. I'm asking
Hell
her seriously.
yeah, she did.
What did she bring? Okay, hold on. Let's double back here.
Okay, go.
Okay. So Madonna did what now before? Right before I said that you were saying he's a culture vulture.
No, you said that. Don't try that.
No, I said that right before I said you said. Was Madonna, where did she get her style of music from? Let's start there.
Niles Rodgers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Niles Rodgers. Yeah. Like that's
did she
that's
pull the
really
Elvis
where
Presley?
she really
Is that
got
what
the
you-
taste.
But did she pull the Elvis Presley?
You know what? I don't know that she did because she was her contemporary was Cyndi Lauper and some of those in that vein. So she was very much a pop star. And pop music since the 50s has been a color. Like you could be black, you could be white, you could be anything and be able to do pop music, especially coming out of that disco era. That was all what it was about, black and white dancing together, getting high. It was kind of
up for grabs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I felt like she came in and she did, what she did really was she took that feminist movement and stylized it in a way that it didn't look like your typical feminism. It just looked like pop. Like I'm the new 80s woman. There's a new culture here in the 80s, and that's what she did. But the point I was making was she kept coming back different every few years. She would take, 4 or 5 years off between records or whatever it was, and she would come back. Now, granted, Eminem's not Madonna. I'm not saying that they're the same. Like, I'm not even saying that they're even...
You're just saying
I'm just saying I wish Eminem gave me a concept album or just something.
He just fucking did.
But I didn't get it. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm retarded, but maybe I don't get it. But I don't get it.
He just did. He gave you... See, what's crazy to me is, especially even the album, he's saying a lot of shit that you talk about and agree with.
I do.
He's talking about these broads that are out here that get breast implants to get attention from men that they don't want, and they throw all these false allegations at them. Boom. I thought about LENWORDS right away. Second one is when because you talk about that all the time.
Okay. I was about to say that.
Nah, because you stand on that business too. You're like, okay, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Second one was
100%.
whenever he was talking about fat people wanting the world to change instead of them, right? I'm like, LENWORDS is plugged in here. So then to come in and you're like, I don't know, man. I didn't get it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I got the individual, like everything you're talking about, I totally absorbed. I appreciate it. I like that. What I'm talking about, what was it, 19 tracks?
Yeah, give or take.
Come on, bro.
The concept was there. You just said you want him to give you
we needed all 19 for that?
for a fucking concept,
that I didn't get.
That's crazy.
I mean,
to me.
Sorry. I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
So you're saying you want a concept album from
No. Not a concept. That was just an example. But what I'm saying is she kept reinventing herself. And that's what I would like to have seen out of
He even says that. He's all, every time you come in and you raise the bar, they expect you to keep reinventing the shit.
Right.
But he's not doing There's a gap in his music that I feel like you've missed.
I have, though.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know all the context.
That's why that me and you are having these conversations here because, man, I've been fucking there. Dog,
I know.
Right?
Feel like you're about to jump across the table.
That's just the steroids they gave me for my lungs, dog, right? So if I'm a little fucking amped up, man, it's because of the prescription medication. Okay, no, where were we at? Oh, okay. Man, I could blame it on the drugs. I didn't even want to talk about Eminem on this fucking podcast, bro. Here we are, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, you did.
Am I wrong
You are.
Really?
Completely.
That far off?
Out of touch, wrong old head. Not listening to the other older head. No. Everybody digests music entirely different, right? So for me, as a fucking huge fan, right, obviously, I've been there from start to finish. So there's a gap in his music that I feel you missed that would let you know he had done that. He had went around and done other stuff. That's why for like the core hardcore fans, this album is so fucking amazing because it's returned to true form.
Right.
He did all this other stuff and growing. He did the like I'm a better person now. And he still, you know, he still did his little jabs, but they were too far and in between. What people gravitated to him like for was missing in some of the records. So people are like, man, you know, we don't like the woke Slim, or we don't want the angry Slim. It's like no matter what he does, it's not the right decision. You
So
feel what I'm saying?
what's the right tone for his music?
I don't think there's ever going to be one anymore, dog. No matter. I think once you reach those heights, all you can do is either super impress or super disappoint.
Right.
I think that's why Dre never dropped Detox. I think he was too in his head with what he was doing, and you could see it from people that were around him. Snoop was like, I'm just hearing this shit from Detox is fucking crazy. Am's like, this is like the best shit I've ever heard in my life. And they're saying Dre's in there second guessing himself. Dre was just named, Billboard named him, and I didn't need Billboard to tell me this, that he was the greatest hip hop producer of all time. I don't think there's an argument there. Who has impacted the culture more than Dr. Dre? I'll wait. Absolutely nobody.
I'm not gonna say exactly, but I mean, look, you got Quick.
But has he impacted the culture like Dre?
I'm not gonna say he like I said he's maybe not wait.
Dre's almost like, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Dre's to me almost like a Jay-Z, where it's like not only did he do a lot in hip hop, he did other things in business that has raised his stature. So he's more of a pop culture thing.
But it also raised
now.
also raised the frequency of the culture as well.
Oh yeah.
Look what he did with
I mean, he
beats.
changed the whole style of mixing.
Mixing.
Yeah, mixing was dirty in the early in the early and late 80s.
He cleaned that shit
He
up.
cleaned it all the way up because he said himself he wanted it to sound as clean as a Michael Jackson record.
Yep.
That's a big leap from the Bomb Squad.
Dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
it's
then
a whole different sound.
Look at, like, just think about when the shift happened, right? Like, it was a New York thing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then it came to the West Coast, and because of Dr. Dre,
When it was in New York, it was like
I mean, it stayed there, dog.
Yeah.
Like he broke it.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
I mean, he was the breakout, but it wasn't just him.
Nah,
you know
but
what I mean?
he
Like,
perfected it, bro. Like, look at all the careers he's like had a part of. And spawned. It's funny, we were talking about this too, and it's very interesting. Dre has a tone that he likes to work with, right?
Oh yeah, a rapper's like
a rapper
vocal
tone.
Yeah.
Look at Easy. He's got like, it's like a nasally, like there's a pitch, bro. Snoop, right? There's a pitch there. Marshall. Kendrick.
Yeah.
When you hear people talk about like M and Kendrick, right? Like not so much Easy and not so much Snoop, but when people have like issues with those two artists, it's usually like, I don't like their voice.
With Eminem and Kendrick?
Yes. I've heard that
it's
multiple
like,
times.
Yeah, like they're nasally. It's like
I've heard that multiple times for both of those artists. Doesn't bother me as much because I don't expect them to sound like fucking Barry Manilow. I'm not going in expecting the greatest vocal inflection of all time.
Yeah.
I'm going into both of those artists knowing I'm going to get lyrical acrobats.
Oh, yeah.
And double entendres and metaphors for days that you could pick apart. People are still picking apart shit that Kendrick did when he was in high school, bro. Now, was he doing that? I don't know. Kendrick fans seem to find a lot of stuff, even if the stuff might not be the stuff.
Right.
And I think he's just like, yeah, y'all go ahead and find it.
Well, you know what part of it is, I think, is like creatively when you're in the zone like that, you get those happy accidents where you just luck up and you come up with something and you listen to it back or check it out back and you're like, damn, that shit was dope. Like, I didn't even know I was doing that.
Yeah, I
But
actually did that.
You catch it and you're like, damn, that shit is better than I thought it was. Okay.
That goes with repetition and all that shit.
And that's exactly what those dudes, especially those two, are. They're like lyrical technicians. So you get someone like them or a Tech Nine or someone in that vein where it's like you're going hammer time with the syllables and the like all that stuff. You can't fuck with it. So, but again, all I'm saying is, and maybe it's just the fact that Eminem is just in the pocket of the world that he's in, but I've just wanted to see something develop in that music, and maybe I just missed it. Maybe it was there.
I think you
maybe
did.
It was there, but
I think you missed.
it.
So like, quick recap. Like once he OD'd and Proof passed, right? He was gone for like 4 years.
Right.
Came back and dropped an album that he hates on himself, but I honestly think it's overly hated. Relapse.
And this is the one that he doesn't like?
Yeah, he used a lot of, it was like more horrorcore than he's ever gotten to.
Okay.
Right? He had that one song, it's 3 a.m. in the morning, put my keys in the door. And like, he used the accents a lot. Like he leaned into them a lot. And a lot of people had issue with it. I don't like when he uses a lot of them accents neither. But as an MC myself, I understand why he started doing that, because what it did was it allowed him to rhyme certain words that you couldn't.
He bends
the
like
so he's
crazy.
able to and he leaned into that a little more. And it still went fucking double platinum. But he said my biggest flops are your greatest hits. He says shit like that. But he did that, and it was really dark and it was really kind of demented, right? It was like Slim had full control. And then he dropped Recovery right after that, which was Rihanna. It was a little more, it was more grown, bro.
Right.
He even talked about how he was thinking about going at Lil Wayne and Kanye, but he didn't because he was just jealous of them because they were spitting and he wasn't. So this is what we're seeing, growth there. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Is this the same Eminem that I grew up with? Still spitting, but you can see that he's like accepting things that you would as you get older. Then the next one after that was the Marshall Mathers LP 2.
Okay.
He apologizes to his mom in this record, which I'm like, what the fuck? This the same dude? And there's a lot of people like, what the fuck is happening here? So through this whole era, like there was.
So I missed the parts that I was looking for.
Yes, you missed it. So the reason why me and other people like me are so fucking geeked up over this project and we're going through it with a fine-tooth comb is because this is vintage. This is Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, and Eminem show, where you probably got off the ride.
Yeah, that's exactly. So I got off the freeway and got back on,
and you're like,
and
nothing
it's like,
changed here.
everything's the same. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We have
solved the riddle.
Yes.
I
So
just
the
don't listen
comments,
to enough.
Leave fucking LENWORDS alone, man.
I got plenty of cats.
It's not his fault that he likes Madonna more than Marshall. Leave him alone.
He's an Eminem fan now.
Listen, he's just a material girl living in the material world.
What you want me to do?
What can we say? Do we intro this pod before my Stan ass keeps going off on the fucking new album?
Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Respect and Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I almost forgot the name of the motherfucking podcast and I fumbled the words. But I am here with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay, middle-aged man Travis is in the building. What's cracking, Jason?
Chilling, brother. Chilling.
Like a villain with your guts all over the ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
Cat
crazy.
Pillen.
I'll run with that.
Cat
I'll
Pillen. I'm gonna run with it. Don't
Ice
make no
grilling.
sense. Don't make no sense, but hey, it's provocative. Gets the people going.
Gets the people going.
LENWORDS.
Indeed.
What the fuck's cracking, carnal?
Man, the ice on the chain that Jay
Sheesh.
was supposed to give me, he didn't
And he didn't
bring
get
my
it.
chain,
On
man.
the chain.
That's
What the
fucked up, Jay. You were supposed to bring LENWORDS a chain. You didn't do it.
He was gonna sign me to his record label.
That's
and
fucked up, dog. That's fucked. He heard that you like Madonna over Marshall, and he
And-
couldn't do it.
You shut it down, man.
I
you
did.
ruined my
I'm
shit,
sorry,
man.
bro. No chain and day for LENWORDS.
I'll sign you now that Johnny.
Now that we've
cleared
gotten it
all
straight,
that
yeah.
shit.
Oh, we got it all clear.
Yeah, it's all
Episode 72 makes some motherfucking noise,
Yes.
Jason.
Yeah.
Sheesh. That was a long-winded
That was,
intro.
dog.
Words are hard. I forgot how to say the. Respect, connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew what you meant.
Hey, so who's copping them fucking Trump 4.5, son?
Bro.
LENWORDS got some.
I want the Timbs too.
You want the Timbs?
Those are fire.
Those
The
Timbs are crazy. Hey, that Timbs are crazy.
If they're
Come on
steel
now.
toe,
If there's
They might-
See,
they might
you're
be
not
onto
mad.
something
You're not
there.
mad.
that, if I see either of you two motherfuckers pulling up in them bitches, bro, I'm a clown.
Man, no, I need
them
those.
golf shoes were actually pretty hard. Bro.
Oh, bro, them joints right
Them
there.
joints, dog.
Hey,
I'll
the-
pull up in my plaid slacks.
Hey,
dog.
them golf joints, they're the fucking what? The grab 'em by the pussy fours? Right?
GBT.
The GBT fours.
Jeez, dog.
Hey, he don't miss a fucking opportunity, bro. What is that? What was it from? I always think I don't know what cartoon was. Merchandise. Yeah, that's like Bugs Bunny, right?
Was it?
Yeah, that was Looney Tunes.
Don't remember that one.
Merchandise. Or no, that's
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Dog. I was about to say.
You ain't never seen
Merchandise.
Spaceballs?
I haven't seen
Words.
Spaceballs in a million years, bro.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
Yeah, merchandise. Why did I say Looney
Bro.
Tunes?
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
That movie was hilarious, dog.
Yeah, I bet you it didn't age very well though. I ain't seen it in a
What,
minute.
Spaceballs?
No, I still watch that.
Yeah.
I'll watch that shit every now and then.
You don't watch new shit and you out here watching Spaceballs? This fucking guy.
Ain't seen Game of Thrones.
This
Every
fucking
night, I
guy.
watch it like every day, bro.
This
but-
fucking guy's on. He's watching Tubi and he's watching
Right,
Spaceballs
right.
and Friday. What are you doing, Jet? I ain't feeling too good, so I'm gonna throw on some Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
I might watch Deep Cover later.
Yeah, dog.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Classic.
idea.
Larry Fish, boy.
Hey.
Deep Cover was the shit, though.
Them shoes are ugly as fuck, my dude.
Are they?
Yeah,
You think
they
so?
are. They look uncomfortable too.
They have him looking like what's his name from fucking Baywatch?
Oh, they have him look like David Hasselhoff.
David
Okay,
Hasselhoff is
yeah.
all
See,
airbrush and
That's
fit.
what I'm not. That's
Like,
what
what
I'm
the
not
fuck, bro?
comfortable with.
Hey.
I don't like the airbrushing.
Bro, he's been doing
like
CrossFit, Holmes.
dog.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
been running off them stages in time.
Yeah,
Hey.
man.
So we kept it really grown up last week, right? It's been a week since well, not really, a couple days, but
Yeah.
dog, there's just so much about this shit that I still don't fucking get here, my guy, right? About how the shit even happened.
Oh yeah.
They're saying that people seen this fucker with a ladder climbing up on the building.
I mean, he didn't jump up there.
I seen videos where you could see him, like these people are like looking up at the thing. They're like, this guy right here.
people were saying his name,
Oh, so they knew
who he was, and what the fuck was going on here.
It's like hard to imagine that this guy climbed up on top of a building, that there was not special forces, but security detail for Trump in that building. And they had no idea this guy was up on there climbing a ladder, but all these civilians could see him.
Was it a severe breakdown in protection of the former president? You feel what I'm saying? Do we hit the button, LENWORDS? Do we hit the button? I know I can see you itching. Hit the motherfucking button, Jay. Hey. LENWORDS. Got some fucking theory.
okay. I'm not gonna go too deep into this.
Nah, bro.
All I'm
But
gonna say,
surface level, LENWORDS.
surface level. It's called a secret service.
Yeah.
What's the real secret? What's the real service, and who are they really serving? Are they really there to just protect certain people?
Or they're there to guide things in a certain direction as well. Yeah. I can see that.
This is all I'm saying. Every single time we've seen, well, in the last 3 times that we've seen this happen to a president, someone taking a shot at him. The first time in the modern era, they knocked him down. He was surrounded by Secret Service. The second 2 times, surrounded by Secret Service, and they both, survived. Reagan got it in the stomach. Now
What about
Trump
Lincoln?
got it in the ear.
Lincoln wasn't surrounded by nobody, but he was at a play, right?
Yeah,
He was at a play.
Lincoln was
His
before.
security-
Yeah,
Security went
Was
across
that-
the
he was
ear.
watching Hamilton.
Was that the reason that Secret Service was implemented?
I don't know.
Was that the beginning
I'm not
of it?
sure. It might have been, though. It might have been. But what I'm saying is, what's the secret?
And what's
is it
the
still?
service?
Yeah. What's the real secret, and what's the real service that they're like? Who are they really serving?
Because when they're around, it ain't no fucking secret. I could tell you from personal experience. I watched them.
They're not hiding.
Hell
Yeah.
no. I was so uncomfortable, bro. I ain't even playing.
Yeah.
I told Ryan, I'm like, dog, we need to get the fuck out of here, bro. Something going down.
And he just said it. Special forces. It feel like that, don't it? Them motherfuckers be around you. You be like, damn, who got the guns out?
Yeah, what the
like,
fuck
what's
going
going
on?
on
Oh,
right
yeah,
now?
for sure.
Yeah, and they're just ready for whatever the fuck can
Yeah.
go down. So you tell me that a group of people who are trained for that type of shit, just war ready,
Yeah.
at the drop of a hat, let's go. But really, somebody really gets a free shot.
This 20-year-old dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like,
It's fucking. It's.
I'm not smart.
There's a whole bunch of pieces that are just like they'll never get discovered. There's just no way. No way. It'll be years and years and years and years, and people are still gonna be talking about this.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be no clear-cut answer here. There are certain facts, though, right? Somebody lost their life tragically that didn't need to.
For sure.
Right? That's a fact. And that's fucking horrible and fucking disgusting, right? Regardless of what the other facts are, that's the one that rings the truest.
Right.
Right? I personally do not think Trump would let someone intentionally take a fraction of a fucking inch shot at his fucking dome.
Right.
That's crazy, dog.
Right.
The slightest fuck up, like in that plan that some people are trying to say was a plan, I just don't see it. I don't see, in my mind, I don't see him saying, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just move a fraction of a centimeter and you're going to take my ear off instead of my fucking dome.
Right.
I just can't buy that narrative.
So this is why I'm talking about it's a little suspicious when it comes to all this, because I want you to imagine now, if you're Trump and someone's saying, hey, we need you to hurry up and pick your VP, and we need it to be somebody that we know is going to be falling in line with our play,
our agenda.
Play. Yeah, our play. You're not necessarily, and the people like you, and you're going to be our rebel person, but we still need somebody solid. That's what they always do. They counterbalance it, right? So they have that meeting with Trump, and they tell him, hey, man, this is what we need from you. Whatever, I'm Trump. I don't want to hear that shit. Okay. Lay low. And that's all they say. Because they know somebody else is already out there that's been radicalized, that is primed, that is ready to go.
Yeah.
And all they have to do is take their hand off the wheel.
And let the car run into what it runs into.
Let the car, and let it happen.
I've heard stuff where they're like, it's a setup, this, that, and the other, it's
Right.
all promotion, but it's like, well, shit, like what you just said. What if Trump didn't even have anything to do with it?
Right.
He didn't know he should turn like that and talk to this person, and then
I honestly, in my heart of hearts, 100% believe he didn't.
I don't think he did. Bro.
Who would agree to that?
I don't think anybody would, but
Nobody.
even let's just think about him as just as an individual, right? Just as how he is, his personality. We've all grown up with this dude, bro, since we were little kids. This motherfucker was in Little Rascals, my guy, right? So we've all seen this guy for many, 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 many years. Reality shows and stuff like that. He does not strike me as an individual that would risk his life like that.
Right, for sure.
He wants to be alive too much. He still has a bunch of stuff that he wants to do in the world and say and do. Yeah, for sure. So you can't make me believe that someone like him with his personality would risk his life like that.
Yeah.
No way.
Exactly. No. But would someone else risk his life to prove a point to him?
For sure.
For sure. And that's the type of power that I don't hear anybody talking about. That's the type of power everyone thinks it starts and ends with his narcissism.
And it doesn't.
But it could be someone completely different who's just like, all right, man, you don't want to play ball. We just gonna let the chips fall.
How they do.
And then what would his response have been? You're standing up there, you hear something crack off, you feel something in your ear. You're like, oh shit. It's really happening. Yeah. They're really going to let this shit. Yeah. You get down. You say, fuck that. Fight. You get off the stage real quick. And then the very next day, you got your VP pick. You are solemn. You are quiet. You are humble in a way that people are now saying, like, bro, this dude is acting a little different. Because he's fucking shook, dog.
Well, dog, you get shot. Bro, I'm telling you, dog, I ain't never been shot, but I've been shot at.
And that's just fucked up, ain't it?
I mean, it changes your perspective a little bit, dog. It really does. So I could only imagine having the top of my ear clipped off on national television. I can only imagine what that would do to you mentally. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I could see that. Because you look at it, there's too much weird shit, dog. Yeah. Like, How does a failure of that magnitude take place? To where he just, no, that's fucking Ted up there, practicing. He does that all the time. Like, what the fuck? 20-year-old kid, I don't know, dog. It's weird shit.
I can hit a golf ball 150 yards.
Yeah.
Like, that's not that far.
No.
To imagine that this guy was that close on a roof.
Don't make no sense.
In line of sight, like, come on, bro.
Don't make no sense.
That's insane.
So all the shit that's come out, it just keeps, and it's one of those things, dog. Like, there's gonna always be. And I didn't realize when you brought up conspiracy theory last time, that makes sense, dog, because and this is why it's working, because you said it, like, instead of people asking the real questions, they're so divided that the other side just says, oh, he had to have orchestrated this because he wants to for sure win. He wants to sell merchandise. There was a photo op. So instead of them saying, well, could this have been something a little more inside?
Yeah.
Instead of that, they don't see that. They just see red, no pun intended, but they don't see past the surface level of what this really could mean.
Right. And the solution to it would be to know what really happened. Mm-hmm. And we're probably not going to get that level of disclosure. So right now, the most people can hope for is for the lady who runs the Secret Service to get fired. And that's like a clarion call to be like, hey, we have to do something about this. And it's like, bro, if you really think she was the one who made that call, you're bugging. Only someone with some real serious power and influence could have allowed something like that to happen and could tell a president to their face or behind closed doors, hey, you either going to get down with the team or get found in a stream. And
either way, it would have worked for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Either way, they would have got kind of what they wanted. Feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So even though it didn't, end with him actually getting shot like that, him getting taken out, it did end with him going, like you said, his VP's now picked, which I don't really know much about, dude. I don't really know where he's from or what he stands on.
He's a young guy. I'll give you the highlights. He's a young guy, Ivy League school, has a wife who's Indian, I want to say. Seems to be pretty solid politically. However, he already has agreed to some of the agenda points that are kind of mandatory when it comes to working in these circles, and he's already down with it. So he's down with like the
down with the
complex, down with the complex, down with the war machine, like all that shit. Like he's already with it. I think that's what they wanted, because you know where they're trying to head right now. They're trying to go to war.
Yeah.
And if someone like Trump is like, nah, man, we're not doing it on my watch, they'd be like, your watch can end, brother.
Yep, quick.
And they just showed him that.
They just said that Trump had a call with Zelensky, bro. They didn't say about what, but it's like, man.
About them shoes. Zelensky said he wants some shoes.
He wants them Timbs.
He wants the merch.
Send me a box.
Yeah,
bro.
send me send a ship over here. We need that.
I just, again, like I said last week, I feel like that, and then now with Biden, being sick. Yeah. There's just no way. I just don't see. I mean, what are they gonna do? Like, how are they gonna get out in the lead now? What could they possibly do?
I think you called it months ago when you said they're punting.
It's a punt. Yeah, for sure.
It's a punt.
Yeah.
It's a controlled punt. But I think they knew that Biden couldn't sit for another 4 years. I think they knew they didn't have anyone prepared for it. And I think they knew it doesn't really matter, red or blue, which side you choose. You still banging.
It's just crazy. It's crazy to me
gangbanging.
It's just crazy to me that they would do all this stuff and not be prepared for like the next chapter. Like, did they think this old dude was really going to stick around this long?
I think they were probably okay with it, but then again, you got to remember we're talking about a power base that remains hidden. Yeah. So they would rather the government look inept and crooked to the T
than for you to see what it really was.
For you to see who it really is, because it's probably straight line, straight and narrow, right down the middle. Like, this is the agenda. We've been on this for 100+ years. Our family is into this. Like, this is it. This is what we're doing with America. This is our plan. And we're looking at it like, oh man, red team, blue team, up, left, right, down. Like, we're following the game while they're scheduling the programming.
And the branches. We ain't looking at the roots, dog, or the main part of the tree.
Yeah.
We just out here looking at a bunch of random branches,
Yeah,
bro.
we're looking at rotten fruit, saying this. Yeah,
for sure.
It's like, that's a rotten piece of fruit. It's like the whole tree.
The whole tree fucked up, man.
This one looks
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Hey, this side over here a little greener.
Yeah.
Just eat around this little rotten part.
Yeah. And it's like, we're looking at the fruits of it and saying, oh, these people are the problem. That's why I don't get so hard up on any of these individual people. Because in a lot of ways, they're all pawns too.
Yeah.
The machine is just so big. And government in and of itself is just such an ancient and old thing. Like anytime you got more than two people, you're going to have some sort of plan on how we're going to get along. Because if we're all three starving and he got a gun and I got a gun and you got some food, well, we're not going hungry.
We need you to run them them eggs real quick, my dude.
Right. Let me holler at one of your chickens.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to run them real quick, dog. I'll give you a little bit of this shit. We were just talking about that just now. We were talking about
I'll destroy all my food before you guys rob me, dog.
Damn.
This dude gonna kill the chickens.
Right.
We all dying, motherfucker. You ain't robbing me. I might have a gun, but I can still kill these fucking chickens. Jay's in the fucking just snapping chicken necks.
Snapping necks, man, doing voodoo dances.
Well, I mean, that's what we were just talking about before the cameras were rolling was, the global wide blackout.
Yeah.
The planes being, grounded and hospitals losing all their stuff. And like, you see shit like that, bro, and it's like, what the fuck is really going down, right? Yeah. Like a Microsoft update, my conspiracy brain doesn't let me believe that. It just doesn't. Like, and then I start thinking even further down the fucking rabbit hole, and I start asking myself, if the grid actually went down like that, right? Let's say that was it, okay? Let's say we woke up that day. We had no access to our bank accounts. There was no electricity. Our cell phones didn't work. The only thing we could do was watch Channel 4 or Channel 7 for some news and a little bit of updates. Yeah. And everything started going off the rails. How long do you think before it's total chaos if something like that happens?
I mean, I think I like your prediction you said earlier. I think that it could either be accelerated or it could be tampered by the media. Like you said, if people are going just straight air, digital, I got the nationals. Well, we know from the last time something like this happened, they're just going to hit a script and that's going to be it. Yep. So depending on what they're telling people, what did they tell them last time? Just stay in your homes, take care of everybody. It's going to work out. We're going to be fine. And that stopped people from like losing their fucking shit initially.
Yeah.
Then the George Floyd shit happened because I think it was just going to bubble up anyway. I mean,
it was a powder keg.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know that if they're not broadcasting on television, like you remember in Leave the World Behind where it was just the emergency signal, when we get that, then it's really on.
It's over.
It's really happening then.
Yeah,
but as long as somebody's on TV, there's somebody with a hand on the control. Yep. That's what I think. So until I see that blue screen, just like, hey, duck and hide, like that's really what it's gonna.
If we lose electricity,
yeah,
the ability to get our money out of the banks, no cell phone service, no news, 3 days.
Yeah.
I give it 3 days before people are running inside motherfuckers' houses and shit.
Shit, I'll be in the stores quick.
Brother, I'll be there in 24 hours. We lose all that stuff, bro. Yep. Oh, man.
I already know where I'm going, too.
Oh, me too?
Exactly where I'm hitting.
Yeah, I already got a list, bro. Yeah. The first months of COVID, that's what I did.
Yeah, you were just.
I had a plan, bro. I had to check this shit off the list, bro. I got myself a radio that don't need no fucking batteries.
Nice,
right? I didn't go full doomsday prepper here. You didn't
get the whole.
No. I mean, I just figured I'd get as much ammunition as possible, and if I really needed it, I'll just go take homie's kit from down the street. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm gonna do that, but it was the easier.
If it had to happen.
I didn't have enough money to get the whole kit.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's me going to war with the doomsday prepper down the road,
right,
that just might have to be the bridge we cross. You know what I'm saying? Or we can like team up, right?
There you go.
And see, that's the thing when you like when that happened, I had to go home and watch Leave the World Behind because again, they keep
trying to tell you,
dropping some things
a little
there.
bit.
And what struck me again was homie saying that he was a useless man. He's like, I can't even get anywhere without my GPS.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be people versus people at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And money is gonna be pointless, right? Gold, fucking pointless.
Well, yeah. That fiat is
It's,
gonna be.
it's all pointless. Because homie tells him, he's like, I got $1,000. He's like, well, that ain't gonna
What's that
fucking
supposed to
matter
mean?
much if this
Yeah.
shit's all down. The only thing that's gonna matter is what you have and what you can provide.
What you can exchange.
What you can exchange. So you have meds. You're a very vital piece to this puzzle here.
Right.
Say you're a farmer. You're a very, very vital piece to this survival puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
An engineer, right? But if you're just fucking Todd from down the street that just gets everything from his phone and you don't know how to fucking change a tire, you're probably fucked, Todd.
You're not even a good soldier.
No, you're fucking done. It's like the zombie movies where it's like Zombieland when the fat people died first because they couldn't run.
Run.
You're probably gonna be the first one out this boat, my dude.
Yeah.
So, like, I just, you see it falling and everything's so divided that if it did go down, that shit gonna get crazy fast.
Yeah, maybe. I think part of what they also showed during the last worldwide emergency was that they have to keep reminding people to be afraid
Oh yeah.
because we're tribal. If something really went down and it was all bad, I think you and I, and probably you as well, have enough sense and stature that before things got really crazy and violent, you'd be door to door knocking in your neighborhood just like, hey, let's get together tonight, let's talk about some shit and let's figure out what we're gonna do together.
Yep.
But if you're at home and you're plugged into your television or your phone and that thing is telling you, oh, it's bad, it's gonna get worse, there's a lot of violence, it's very dangerous, you're not gonna ever wanna tap in with other people because you don't have that initial willingness to build that bridge or that trust. So
That
you're
community.
not even looking, you're not even trying. But we naturally build communities. So that has to be broken out of us. I don't know that they'll ever be able to do that. That's what they're warring with now. They're warring with our families. They're warring with our communities. They want us to be disjointed and disillusioned and hopeless.
Yep. And not trust
Each other.
homie right down the street. I mean, you've seen the play, bro. When you look back at COVID, that was the fucking play.
Yeah.
They
It's a
made
test.
us scared of each other.
Yep.
He could have the
could
disease.
have it, yeah.
That's gonna kill me and my whole family if he breathes on me. Go over there.
Right.
Don't breathe. Be quiet.
See,
Did you cough? Oh my God.
see, now, okay. See, don't hit the button. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it was a hoax. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that.
I had
All I'm
people that
saying-
died from it too.
All I'm saying is you can either accelerate a bad situation or you can
Yes.
mitigate damage. And there's a very clear line when you're telling people to be afraid or you're telling people, hey, we're going to make it. I saw some commercials during that time that almost had me in tears because I was like, yes, like we're going to make it. We're going to be okay. And then be like a couple, 3 days later. And I'm like, hey, what is this shit on the news? Like,
ain't gonna be
they're
okay.
Yeah, because they're talking like everyone's dying left and right and everybody's falling out. And I'm not saying it's a hoax. All I'm saying is we trust people in the media. We trust people who have platforms. We trust certain people who can influence other people to have a certain standard for what they're delivering as far as information.
Yep.
And we weren't getting that.
No.
We weren't getting anybody checking in on anything they're saying. They're just like, well, this is what the teleprompter said,
So
so
it's
I'm just
gotta be.
saying it. You know what I'm saying? We need better than that.
Well, like
we
you
gotta have better
said,
than that.
you said it when we were talking about the assassination attempt.
Yeah.
You can mitigate or you can take your hand off the steering wheel for
just
a
let it
little bit
happen.
and let it go where it goes.
Yep.
Like we could have probably steered this way and made sure it didn't go as bad as it did, but let's just see where this goes here. Because either way, it's beneficial for the people that had their hand on the steering wheel.
Exactly.
No matter what, even if the car wrecks right into a fucking tree or it swerves around it and still makes it, both plays, they win and we lose.
Yep.
100%. And I fucking see it. I can see it too. And you seen it play out, dog. Like they had people. I remember the first, because I was one of the few fuckers that I didn't stop going to the stores and shit.
Me neither.
I was at the mall and shit. You know how wild it was to go to Coronado Mall and there was nothing in the food court and it was empty? It looked like fucking I Am Legend, bro. And I was the only one in there trying to get fucking weights for my home gym, dog. Like a fucking idiot, bro.
Like, they should be on sale, right?
And they weren't, dog. They were more expensive. They were more expensive. You couldn't find them. Brother, vitamins. Oh, the whole time, they didn't talk about losing weight. They didn't talk about exercise. None of that shit.
Nothing.
And all the stuff to do that was gone. Just like Germex and all that stuff.
Gyms
gone.
left the drive-thrus open.
It was all gone. McDonald's was flourishing, bro. Fucking takeout
They
was.
were essential workers.
They were, bro. It's insane.
So
dog.
okay, so that
Insane.
goes back to what he was just talking about. That dude in the movie saying, "I'm a useless man." A lot of people got told by that circumstance, "You are not essential."
Yep.
And I resented it because I was one of the non-essential people. And I was like, fuck, who the fuck determines
judges
this?
this?
Yeah, like, based on what?
Yep.
And that was one of those things where it's just like, so here we got a new term that can completely just separate the workforce according to an arbitrary parameter that's based on what? Because you got some people who can deliver food and work in a fast food restaurant and they're considered essential. But, you know, other people just, we're not doing live shows anymore.
You ain't essential.
There's no concerts.
Yep.
So yeah, if you work in live production, just
Being healthy at a gym is an essential.
Yeah. Going to the gym. Yeah.
During a health crisis.
Yeah.
It's overrated, bro.
Your health during a health crisis? Why should you focus on that? Go get a fucking McDouble.
And they never told people. They never told people to fast. They never told people to exercise. They said stay away from everyone, and we're gonna figure this out for you, and we'll let you know.
Dom, what were we doing the entire fucking time from day one? What did I have set up in the living room that I had all of us doing the moment that the shit hit the fan?
Immediately built a gym. You know, my brothers, we got really good at burpees, push-ups, and sit-ups.
Nice.
And spent a lot of time out in the sun.
Nice.
That's what we did.
Perfect. And being in the sun
That's what
made
started
a huge
COVID, though, was the sun,
The
bro.
sun did
Damn
it.
it, dude.
I heard it was a bat that was infused with solar powers that some Asian man ate at a market.
All the above.
I was about to say it's both.
It was both. Two things can be true at the same time, dog. It was just a time that I think, for one, we're never going to get back. But I think if you paid attention and you did what you should do, I feel like you learned a lot.
Yeah.
You learned a lot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us looked in the mirror and was like, it was like an early midlife crisis.
Yeah, it made me like push myself for sure.
I don't think we're ever gonna get our midlife crisis because we got it during COVID.
Yeah.
They forced it on us.
I wanted a yellow drop top.
Well, you don't get it, dog. You don't get
Damn,
it, Jay.
red one.
That's another
Red
thing
one.
they took from you, bro. No midlife crisis. Well,
Get
you're
you
already
a nice 24-year-old
old man,
girlfriend. Get you a nice 24-year-old
girlfriend.
A Gumar.
Yeah. Like I can tell you've been watching
Right,
Sopranos.
Finally.
Yeah. But like they forced it on us. Like they made you fucking look at everybody in your household and at yourself really clear. You couldn't run.
Yeah.
You were stuck with everybody in your house and with yourself.
Yeah.
Some people couldn't take that.
Yeah. Some people realize they do not like the person they're with.
And some people
don't like their family.
Hey, some people changed for the better.
Yeah.
And some people changed for the worse.
Yeah.
What still kind of like breaks my fucking heart. What really does still bother me though, dog, is to watch some of these like older people that you could tell like were alone during that time are still so terrified.
A couple weeks ago, I was driving over here. I was on Carlisle, dog, and I pulled up, and the person next to me had a mask on
In their car.
in their car still. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know COVID comes through the radio? That's the new way to contract it.
That's why I don't listen to
Hey,
101. No.
we've said that word so much. I'm curious. Let's see if this episode gets demonetized.
No.
That's the most we've said it on any episode.
Right.
You know what's insane, bro? Is we started this during COVID, right?
Yeah.
Like it really was. Like even some of the equipment was hard to find because shit was still on back order and stuff. When we started the pod, people were still wearing masks
Supply
in the
chain
stores.
issues, dog.
Yeah, there were.
Right? When we started the pod, people were still masking up.
For sure.
We still had the orders going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting because we've talked about it a lot.
Luckily,
throughout.
your studio was
It was
COVID
COVID free.
proof.
Come on, dog. It's the insulation.
Yeah, dog.
I didn't get it from where they ate the bat.
Yeah, that's good.
Bro, people were like, I remember celebrities on the internet talking about like we got to get those the what the fuck are the solar desanitized things?
Oh,
And
yeah,
They didn't want to open boxes that were coming from
Right.
fucking China and shit. Like they had, bro. There was a time, I'm not even gonna lie, that it was so like bleak that I had to Google COVID good, like good things about COVID, like good news COVID, good COVID news. Like I'm like, there's got to be some kind of like good shit out there right now that's going on, but you couldn't find it. It was like the end of the world, bro.
Yeah.
For like about a month.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And then everybody was like,
So, yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna end right now, so I kind of got to get back to some things.
Yeah. I think people resented the fact that they said it was 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
4 weeks.
And
6
as soon
weeks,
as it
8
as soon
years.
as it got into like months instead of weeks, I think people were off that shit.
And that's
And
what
I don't think they can run those games
No.
that long like that. There's just too many people.
did show them something.
Oh, for sure. It showed them a lot of people will capitulate and a lot of people will give the authorities said generously a lot of grace when
Yep.
it comes to that initial scare, like, oh shit, something's going on. Okay, I'll
You know
take
what's
you.
best for me.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'll give you grace.
Send me a check. Tell me what to do. I'm going to sit back. I'm not going
Yeah.
to do anything. I'm not going to question any of it.
Yeah.
And it was some people, I was kind of shocked. People that I had seen my whole life questioning stuff. Mm-hmm. Just took everything for face value.
Yeah, I told you how I feel about any black person that didn't even question it. Like that to me is just like, man, you're derelicting your duty when it comes to just to be black in this country is specifically there is so much historical record, and we haven't even seen all the records to know everything that they've done to people that look like me, but they've done enough that we should just be skeptical on GP. Just everybody in the government said go left. Let me look right and just see what's down that way. Because I
Yeah.
just, like, okay, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying that you're crooked, but I'm saying, like, there's history for me to acknowledge here.
I'm still going to look over here real
Yeah, I'm
quick.
gonna still just make sure that it's
Yeah.
not that it's dangerous over there.
They're
'Cause-
saying this is the only door open.
Yeah.
This one's locked. Let me just
Let
see
me
if this
just
door
check
really
to see.
locked real
Yeah,
quick.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because mentally you can get into that same place where it's like someone will tell you, "Oh, that door's locked. Go that way," just because they want you to go this way.
Yep.
And you mentally are just so trusting and so believing that you don't even check the door.
Yep.
So you don't know that could be your escape. That could be your way out. This one leads further deeper into the maze.
Or you open that bitch. You remember that scene from Roger Rabbit when he opens the door and falls out the building? Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's going to be you.
Yeah.
Just because.
Either that or you see all the workings, bro, like on Wizard of Oz.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see
See,
behind
that's
the
the other
curtain.
thing.
Or on the Truman Show, whenever the elevator wasn't working and there was
Yeah.
people buying, and it was a set. You remember that
and
scene?
you look, yeah.
He opens it. He's
Exactly.
like, "What the fuck's going on
Yeah,
back there?"
what's all that? Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like a lot of this has to be distraction. You got to remember the amount of people that are probably behind the scenes controlling this thing is probably in the thousands, like 10,000 maybe worldwide. The other 8 billion of us are on the other side of the coin saying, "Leave us alone," or asleep at the wheel.
Where's my check?
Yeah, where's my check? Yeah, because that's the other side of it. A lot of people do really like the benefits that government offers. And if you're older and you've paid into things like Social Security your entire life by just going, like, I've always worked, I've always let them take that money on my check, you kind of expect to be recompensed at the end of that. You want to be able to retire and just like at least put your feet up for a little while. It's not like you can ever really chill anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like even with that amount of money coming in. It ain't gonna beat inflation.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And then what happens if the grid does go down? All that money gone
exactly,
anyway.
bro, and it doesn't matter.
I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine working at a job my whole life, reaching the point of retirement, and none of it's there, and the world goes to total shit, and you're completely fucked, right? That's why, like, I know not everybody can do this. It's not, like, optimal or even realistic sometimes for people, but if you're not out here living your life every day, like it could be your last, and doing what you love, man, you're wasting this gift we have.
Yeah.
You're wasting it. There's
mean-
no way around it, dog. If you're stuck in this matrix and all you're doing is being a hamster on a wheel, I feel like you're gonna reach a point in your life where you're gonna look back and be like, fuck, what the fuck why did I do that? Why did I waste all that time? I can never get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that goes to the problem of leadership and what it is that we expect from our leaders. We want someone else to take the responsibility, make my life easier, make my life simple so I can go live my dreams and be happy and everything else. But maybe they can't solve for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can only solve for the bare minimum bottom barrel person. Or maybe they can only solve for the people right up at the top and they don't really have any other way to do it. I think it's hard for people in that spot to be able to give you any real answers or solutions. Like if we had the mayor here right now and we said, hey, if everything went down, he would give one answer when the mics are on. You turn the cameras and the mics off.
Completely different one.
And he'd be like, man, I'm going to my family.
Yeah.
I got family over here.
Yeah.
We're going up in the mountains. Like,
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Back to
they
leave the
can't-
world behind,
yeah.
bro. This fucking movie.
Because
Exactly.
they can't fix everybody. That's what they said in that movie
I
too.
know,
They
that's
were
what they
just
said.
like, it's nice to believe that there's some oligarch somewhere hiding behind the shadows controlling this.
That's not
but
it.
it's really chaos, and we're just trying to manage the chaos.
Yep.
There's really no one person who's like the Wizard of Oz. Everybody behind the curtain.
Leonard, your tire's flat. Psh, not
Yeah,
anymore, dog.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
Boom.
It ain't like
I
that.
just,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine getting towards the end of my life and realizing that I drank the Kool-Aid the entire time.
Right.
And I wasted my precious gift here.
Yeah.
Because, believe it or not, none of us knows what happens after this.
I have some ideas.
Some ideas, but no firm. Hey, but no firm for sure. See,
Ain't no
that's the
theory.
thing. There's no firm for sure, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing, bro. That's the thing about it. I don't want to waste this, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 39 now, dog. Right? I'm knocking on 40's door. So that means what? Let's say I'm healthy, dog. I take care of myself, but I could get hit by a bus, right? There's freak occurrences happen all the time.
True.
Let's say I live. Let's say I'm halfway done. Say I make it to 80. Bro, those 40 years were fast,
Who you tell?
and it's fast.
Who
It
you
seems they get
telling?
faster and faster.
Feels like it. Yeah.
And you get older and older, so your body gets older and older. So your quality of life, if you're not taking care of yourself, is going to diminish. So your best years could possibly have already passed you by, dog. You may never be as healthy as you are today.
Yep.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you waiting for? If that doesn't make you anxious to get the fuck up and go handle business, nothing will.
Yeah, but okay. And just playing devil's advocate here, because I actually do agree with you that people should be a lot more intentional with the way they live. Like you said, man, that's not the solution for everybody. Some people don't want riches. Some people don't want your. Some people just want to have a Coke and a smile
Yeah.
and want to watch Wheel of Fortune.
And if that makes them
they're
happy,
fine with it.
I'm with it too. Right?
So that's the hamster wheel right there.
Yeah.
But so life, we don't know why we're here, right? There's no book. This doesn't come with an instruction
manual.
manual
There's actually
here,
millions
right?
of books.
There is millions of them, but we wrote the
written a few.
motherfuckers. Yeah, we wrote them, right? There was no one
was
gave
no-
us the instruction
Yeah.
manual, right? So we don't know. Like we don't know where this goes.
Yeah.
And so many people waste their fucking time. But if the way you're wasting your time is making you happy and you are enjoying this, because I think without the instruction manual, that's the main point.
Right.
Why are you not enjoying this weird ass experience? Or at least trying to. Not everybody can, bro. Everybody's built different and everybody has different backgrounds. But if you're not giving it your fucking best to enjoy this weird ass roller coaster ride, then what the fuck is the point?
I don't know. Like if I'm the governor of a state and I see a bunch of people who aren't living their best lives, who are struggling, I'm worried about them in their old age, and I'm looking at them like these people are dangerous, because if they ever wake up or get resentful, they coming to me.
For sure.
Looking at me like, because I'm the governor, I'm supposed to solve a personal fucking
their
problem.
bro.
Yeah.
Fix their problem. Come
But
on.
you can't. But you can't. And I could never. And I don't care to. Like they get mad when people like me as the governor are a crooked person. Yeah, you get mad because you want me to be an honest person. But even if I was a completely holy, honest, Jesus come new, you still got to save yourself.
Yep.
I'm just a beacon of light, a demonstration of hope, like a version of yourself that proves to you that you can be greater. Cool. You still got to do the work yourself.
Yeah. And unfortunately, everybody's version of honest isn't the same.
Yeah, that's good. That's it.
You feel what I'm saying? Unfortunately, everybody's version is not the same. Because like you said, you could be pristine. You could be like a fucking angel fell from heaven. And your honesty might not fit the honesty that this dude wants.
Right.
They see it complete. See, and that's what's even crazier about this weird ass experience is we all experience it completely fucking different.
For sure.
If that does not trip you the fuck out, again, I don't know what. This is the type of shit that would keep me up at night when I was a kid. My mind would never stop. I was constantly thinking about this shit before I even started smoking weed, dog. It would fuck me up. That's why it was so hard. And we talked about it last pod. That's why it was so hard for me to just like drink the Kool-Aid at any of these like had to do things, like these societal norms. My girl always says that I just don't like following rules, and she may have a fucking point there, right? I do tend to like, oh, I can't. I'm like, all right then, bitch.
You mean I can't say fuck?
Yeah,
Fuck that.
fuck that, fuck you, fuckity fuck. Like there is a point in that. I can see that, but it never allowed me to just conform.
Right.
I don't know, dog. It was a glitch in my matrix, I guess.
And that's a harder walk for most people. You know,
Very
like
difficult.
if you don't go to college, if you don't, like toe the line and do the thing, do the dance the way everyone else is doing it, there's a certain path to that. But some of us are looking at the end of that road and saying, well, that's not leading to where I want to go anyway.
Yeah.
So I can follow it, but it's still just a second, like it's a backup plan to what I really want.
And you waste all that time.
And you waste time, you waste resources, you
Never
waste
get it back.
opportunities.
And
never
your
comes
health.
back. Yeah.
You like
Just your time.
which equates health. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like you're never gonna be as strong as you could be today, bro. There's gonna come a time in your life, 10 years down the road, 5 years down the shit, a year down the road.
Oh, yeah.
When you look back at today and you're like, damn, I wish I was as healthy as I was then. I wish I was as stable as I was then.
Yeah.
I can't get that back because I fucked it up.
Yeah. Or
Or
you know,
it,
just
or it
something
got
happened.
taken from me.
Yeah.
It's not always you, because you can be the healthiest, cleanest, honest motherfucker on the face of the damn earth and get terminal cancer.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can follow all these rules, all these guidelines.
Yep.
So that's always helped me keep a thread on what's important to me in
Right.
life. And dog, you gotta enjoy this shit.
Yeah.
Like, love the people you love, keep them close. The memories are the most important things. Experiences, which turn into memories. That's the most important shit, dog. Can we take any of this stuff with us when we go? I hope so. I hope there's a point in the upper room where I'm like, man, we lived it. I remember it. Like, I'm conscious to my conscious existence now.
Right.
That for me would be the perfect bookend.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what freaks me out still, and I'll be all the way honest with it, is do you remember before you were born? And that's what people go to, right? When people say, what happens when we pass away, right? A lot of people will say, well, what happened before you were here right now?
Yeah.
And I don't have no recollection of before it.
Yeah.
Is it because there was no before? Or is it just because this physical realm doesn't allow me to recollect the spiritual, energetic existence? What is it?
I mean, I don't know for sure. I like what you just said. Someone explained that to me really well. He asked me when I was born, and he was like, all right, so tell me something about, like, what was it like in 1976? And I was like, well, I don't know. I wasn't here. And he's like, exactly. Like, there's a natural barrier to knowledge. And I think there's value to that. I just think we have a hard time accepting it, that there is a reason why that limitation exists, that we only have the limited memory of this experience. And those of us who delve deeper and deeper into that spiritual conversation, you do that work, and at best, all you can bring up is memories. And little bits and pieces of time and thoughts and ideas and sense and things that can trickle in, but you can't go back. You can't physically go to sleep somewhere and wake up and you're, fighting Genghis Khan somewhere on the battlefield.
Don't work that way.
It doesn't. I don't think it works that way. And if it does somehow, somewhere, it's probably a very scientifically advanced circumstance that you got to get
dimensional
into.
levels above what. And for me, that's what it goes. When people ask me that same question, I start thinking, in physical dimensions here, right? Because when you start thinking outside of that, you go to fourth dimension, fifth dimension. Our brains, they're just not there, dog. They don't have the computing power to understand when you start talking about that stuff. There comes a point when you're just like, I don't know, that's just out of my realm of like I can't grasp it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. The reason we don't remember before is because in this existence, we don't have the computing power to grasp it. You know what I'm saying? We're on Windows 95, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On Jay's AOL chat.
Don't do the update.
Don't do the update because they're gonna ground the planes. Delta won't be able to fly. You update that bitch.
That's why I'm on 95 still, dog.
Stay there. This motherfucker stayed on Pro Tools 8 until yesterday.
You got the little talking paper clip at the bottom of
Jay
your
Jay had the inbox, bro. He was on a fucking he was on XP until last week.
I got mail. Hold on.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I like to believe.
Yeah.
But again, at the end of the day, what you like to believe and what becomes fact they could be the same or they could be two completely different things.
Yeah, that's true.
The one remaining fact that none of us can get away. Well, there's two. That we're here right now. Definitely, we are here. I can see this. I just got high.
Yeah.
I'm here, kind of.
Yeah.
We have an expiration date as well.
True.
That's the second thing. Is it scary? Sometimes. Sometimes when I go down that rabbit hole, I can freak myself out. When I was younger, it was about me just not existing, right? But now that I'm older, it's about how it affects the people around me being gone. That worries me the most because will I be able to help in that in the upper room?
Yeah.
Like, can I guide? I mean, I don't want to just be watching all of them 24/7. I want to go have a afterlife life too, bro. But I still want to help, right?
Yeah.
Is that my job as an angel? I'm just like, I'm gone now, shit, bro. I don't want to watch my family in the bathroom. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
or like watch them struggling.
do I get a
anything
break?
like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like how does that work? So for me, that's what worries me. I'm joking around a lot about it a little bit, but when I was younger, it was the thought of not existing.
Right.
Now that I'm older, it's the thought of me not being here for my family. That's what fucks me up when I think about it.
Gotcha.
So I'm here, dog, now.
Yeah.
I'm going to make the best of it.
So you're going to be haunting your family because you can't let them go.
But, I mean, fuck.
You better wake your ass up on time, Don, for that vacation, bro.
Wake up, motherfucker.
The cereal is...
I'm going to be paranoid in the bathroom.
Right.
I'm not damn watching.
There's more soap under the sink.
I knew that's why you was in this motherfucker for an hour. But like, do you get a vacation? Like, how does that shit work? You know what I mean? Like, what do you get to do? But
If you had a choice, would you stick around or would you? Like if you had to choose between staying either like in some like super position and you just watching over your family and protecting them, or going off and having your own experience. Because mind you, to them, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
You might be here in a manner of speaking, but they're not looking for you. They're not like if they call to you, you can come because you're non-local
You're connected.
now. Yeah.
Well, because your energies are connected.
Yeah, you're non-local. You can go from there to here. It doesn't make a difference. But I'm asking you, like specifically, if you had the choice to just go on and have your own other life or another experience, would you just go do that? Like if your consciousness can just go from there to there, but every time you agree to come to a place like this or to this place, you
got to leave your shit at the door.
Yeah, you got to
take your shoes
all
off,
your memories, all that other stuff.
That
is just
backpack,
like,
it don't enter this
You
club.
got to put
dog.
the meat suit back on.
Yup.
And you got to go back in.
When you
and do the
leave,
thing.
go ahead and put your shoes back on in your backpack.
Right.
But you can't bring it in here.
Yeah.
And see, I like the thought of that too. I've thought about it that way. That could possibly be what it is, because we're stuck inside the prison of this three-dimensional, this avatar in this three-dimensional existence, which is small. That's insignificant from what we already know scientifically exists.
Right.
So we're stuck here. So that's a good way to put it. You're in this club now. It's a small little club. You got to leave all your shit at the door, and you're only here for a limited amount of time. I think my ancestors and probably my family would say, okay, you should probably go. Don't stay stuck looking at the door, making sure, right? Because how much can you affect this realm? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you have any kind of effect on it whatsoever? Or are you just sticking around like, oh shit, there's dad in the corner, what the fuck?
So you hear about like how like you see like ghosts or spirits and stuff, but they're like trapped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is there different, like obviously is there different, you made it through, but there's people still here
That's
trapped,
stuck around.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That unfinished business.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there's probably all those things are possible.
Yeah.
On some level where it's like, and if you do get a try, I don't believe that you necessarily like go sit in front of someone who opens up a book to see if your name is there.
No.
And like, I don't believe in that shit.
That ain't how it works.
Yeah,
that's just
I
how our
think
mind
that's-
try to construct
Right,
it.
exactly. That's just us trying to understand.
Yeah.
No, there's an app for that now.
There might be. There might be. I've been watching these new shows. They telling us.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can like re-download your consciousness, but you don't necessarily get access to the memories of this lifetime, but you can, perhaps take some of your wisdom and knowledge and
To the
knowing
next.
into the next, but you still have to start as a baby and go through the entire process again. Is that a choice that you would make, or would you stay in a non-local state, be something more ephemeral, maybe in a higher realm, vibrating on a higher level, and affect things, but you only are limited to the mental plane, because that's where all that stuff goes when it goes into a higher realm. It's just all mental. So you can not necessarily speak directly to Dom, but it comes as a voice in your head, just like your dad's voice comes to you sometimes, and you can call on him when you need answers, and he can answer you. And it sounds like him in your mind, and it sounds like something that he would say, and you'd be like, yep, that's him.
Well, see, I think that's going to go to how you lived your life. How quality was it? And then you look at the Hindus. That's kind of what with reincarnation, right? You keep doing it until you get it right.
Right.
Once you reach nirvana, then you can go to the upper room. I think that's what we're naming this episode.
Right.
If we haven't already
No,
named
we
one,
already
Matt.
did one. We
Fuck,
already-
man. Shit.
Nearly Nirvana.
Yo,
Nearly Nirvana.
this dude
There you go.
Hey, psh, 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 psh. Coming soon.
It just came to me right now.
Yeah,
I just
right now.
thought
It was
about
crazy.
I hear these beats.
I
in
sent
my
it
head.
to you.
Yeah. But like that's their way of thinking. So like maybe that is somewhat the way it goes. Depending on how you lived your life, do you feel like you need another crack at it? Another round at bat?
I heard someone say you measure life by like by the people you've helped through it. You know what I mean?
I can agree with that. I can agree with that, because I tell you what, if I focus on those things, then I have less that I'm attached to here. When I think about the material things that I've not acquired, that I feel like, man, if I could go back and do my 20s again, I could have had this or that. But when I think like that, I allow myself to think like that. Yeah, I probably would be like, man, I gotta come back. I gotta have that, man. I gotta be on the yacht. I gotta be on the big boat. You know what I'm saying?
I think of that like that too, but then it's also like then it hits me like you can't. There's no you can't just take. There has to be give.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like shit. If I came into $1 million tomorrow,
Yeah.
how would I spend it? Right? Yeah, obviously I want knew this, knew that, but it's like, well, shit. There's people that really need that motherfucking money.
You're gonna buy them Trump ones.
Exactly. No, the
Bam.
steel toes, and they
I
need the
know
steel
it.
toes, dog.
You ain't getting them grabbing by the
Yeah.
pussy
That's right.
fours.
That's right. When
No, but just that's the thing though. It's like so if I came into that, it's like, well, shit. Obviously, I want to help my family out, do this, that, and the other. But then it's like, well, shit. Let me get rid of some of this money to, charities or homeless events or some shit to the schools, whatever the fuck it is. You have to. There's always has to be a give and take.
I think it helps with the quality of life, dog. Like, and I mean, it's just factual. Just think about breathing, right? Oxygen out. It's a give and take, dog. Just the universal balance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trees need us. We need them. They need us. Like, it's a balance, dog. The whole existence is give or take. How the fuck are you giving, right? Especially as a conscious being. I feel like, helping, we've said this a bunch of times, but it's just facts. Helping when you can, bro, it goes a long way. Like, you feel something different. That's why I think, you go to the holidays and stuff and people love that time of year. There's, certain reasons why, bro. Like, it feels good to, like, get your family in a good mood, bro, in a good place. It feels good to give back when you can. It feels good to see a smile on people's faces, bro. Those things stay with you. And that leads to quality of life, bro. Like, let's say you're 80, dog, and you're a billionaire, but you're fucking miserable because you've been a piece of shit your whole life.
Yeah.
Your family hates you. You've never helped anybody. You've just been a fucking dirtbag. You're probably not going to feel very good about leaving this fucking place.
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good point. I feel like when I think about checking out and whether or not I'd want to stick around or come back again, I really do feel like I don't know, because I've never gone. I went to a palm reader once, long time ago. Didn't actually go to her. I met her outside.
Call now for your free tarot reading.
I met her outside a strip club.
If you call Cleo, bro, that's what we're gonna call it.
No.
Call for your free tarot reading.
Call me now.
Call me now. Hey, that shit was crazy, dog. So, not to cut you off, but we got a sidetrack here real
Please,
fast.
let's do this.
She wasn't even anything real about her, right?
No, she was just an actress.
That is fucking insane, especially for us, because we remember that shit,
Yes.
dog. Right after a Girls Gone Wild fucking preview, it would be call me now for your free tarot reading.
She wasn't even Jamaican or anything, bro.
That's a pretty good accent.
She was just.
I watched
You
the
seen the
commercial a bunch of times, dog. I did it.
nailed
I
it.
never called for a free tarot reading, but back to your free one.
You can't just go in and out of that accent like that.
Back to your free tarot reading. How did it go?
Oh, man, she told me I would die by the time I was mid-30s and that I would have 3 kids with 2 different baby mamas. It was just a bad read.
The
It
devil
was a
is
bad
alive.
read. Yeah, basically. It was a bad
She would have found her, bitch, I'm alive.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
But she tell you some shit like,
when you stumble out of knuckleheads, bro.
Nah, it wasn't knuckleheads.
Trying to
It was-
get a fucking palm reading.
No. I was
Or a
it was
song.
like a music video or something. I want to say Chad was a part of it.
Chad, did you get your fucking palm read too?
Didn't we do something over there on it was like Manal and Wyoming. You know where the pool hall is? By the Joanne Fabrics. Don't you remember there was a little strip club over there?
Oh, that was all fours.
Yeah. Didn't we have a project or something out there one time? Yeah, okay, so
I had
it
a
was
bunch
for
of projects in that strip club.
So yeah, we were there doing either a prep for a video or something we were doing, and I was standing outside of the place, and there was some girl who was either a dancer or worked around there or something, and yeah, it was sort of like a music video or something, and she just pulled me aside and I was just chopping it up with her, and she said she can do palm reading. I was like, oh, I've never had my palm read, and she read it, and then she kind of looked at my hand and it was like, she had this look like, oh shit, I don't even want to say this.
Brother,
And I
that's
was
how
like,
every fucking
awful.
fucked up movie starts.
Yeah.
For one, I've seen that Disney movie before, dog. It don't end well.
no, I turn into a child and I relive my life.
Yeah, all over
and learn
again.
to appreciate things.
You find her,
And play
bitch, you
with
was
toys.
lying. I'm
Yeah.
still alive. But then she can tell you, but are you?
Right, exactly.
You died.
I stepped into a
30.
multiverse and it changed.
Well, according to the internet now, we have shifted timelines.
Yeah.
Have you seen all this going around now?
No.
The shot, seen by some, heard by a few, shifted us into a higher realm of existence, according to TikTok.
Higher?
Yeah, higher.
I'll take higher.
According to TikTok, so it's got to be true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah. The Chinese wouldn't lie.
No, nobody would lie, especially on the internet. Come on, with little segments and clips, can't say that shit's
Right.
real. So according to TikTok and their reliable sources, we have shifted into a new timeline, a better timeline than the one we were previously in.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
cool.
mean, we can't compare it to
I'm
nothing.
cool with a
We
better
can't-
timeline.
yeah, we can't compare it to nothing. It's
like,
nice to
I don't even
say.
know what to make of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, I guess.
That's all I have to make of it. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
what I can't control it. It's not like, oh, no, man, keep me in the Bernstein Bears
still
timeline.
11:55,
No
but-
matter what, whether you spell it Bernstein or Bernstein,
Bernstein.
it doesn't matter. That's all.
Bear and stain.
That's always been my issue with that shit too, right? With the Mandela effect. That's always my problem with it. It's never anything that matters.
Whether or not Nelson Mandela lived or died matters.
I mean, that matters more than whether or not Sinbad made a genie movie, right?
That's true.
But in the grand scheme of the universe,
Oh, yeah.
We even talked about that too.
we did.
No, I mean, look, in the grand scheme of the universe, none of this shit matters. Like,
That's
there's
true.
absolutely no, like,
You have a point.
pre-written purpose to
You have
any
a
of this
point.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing our best to try to figure it out.
You got a point.
But honestly, like, I don't think until we figure out a way for all people, just for people's sake, decide that we have a purpose and we all agree that in general that purpose should be, whether it's just happiness without that's not at the sake of another person's happiness.
Yeah.
If you can find that and we just agree, like, look, you should be happy. You should go for what you like. As long as you're not infringing on me, we're good. I got no problem with you. Like, if everybody could
Do
just
you.
get down with that, I think we'd be in a better place.
Well, we're in a new timeline now. Maybe
Maybe
it'll happen. though.
Maybe that's what Trump is going to
According
bring
to
to
the
us.
TikTok scientific influencers.
Jason, they don't lie, bro.
The TikTok metaphysicists.
Yeah, they know it all.
You can buy shoes from Donald Trump now.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we all going to be stomping at them rallies with them boots on, man.
Those joints are ugly as fuck.
Those are fire.
Are they?
I need a Trump wallaby.
Them
Stat.
bitches are. You know what they look like? They look uncomfortable too. You know what? Oh no! You know what they look like? They look like them shoes that you could custom make on like some like Chinese website.
That's exactly
And throw your
what
own.
they
Like
are,
I could
yes.
throw the Johnny James logo on some crazy ass space boots and shit. That's what they look like, my dude.
It's happening.
Hey,
Oh, they look like drop ship shoes, bro.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly what
that's
they are.
exactly
Them
what
bitches
they
drop
are.
ship.
Yeah, he's making 300%
Yes.
profit.
Hey, he's
on
got a
this, dog.
Spotify page. He's drop shipping them bitches from like
right.
Afghanistan or some shit.
He's got a
bro.
wig set up, all that.
the free
got a
version.
wig.
The free
A
version.
free
dog.
wig set up.
He ain't coming out of pocket.
Hey.
That's
He
how,
said,
that's
these
how
are
they
free.
stay rich, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. But
Or he has someone else paying for it.
yeah. Elon's paying for it.
here's to us possibly shifting timelines and off to another higher frequency.
let's go.
Welcome to the new timeline,
New
fellas.
timeline, bro.
It's gonna be a good one.
There it is.
Until next time, respect the connect. Peace.
It's thicker than that.